we're going to talk about the how to gather testimonials as well. So the first thing that we are doing, we are in Canva. So if you guys would like to log in with Canva, you do get a Canva account when you sign on with KW. So just so you guys know, you do have a login, or of course you can create it. It's a free account here. If you use your KW email, just so you guys know, if you ever are tempted to sign up for the pro account, you do get 20% off with KW, okay? So if that's the case, just tell me first and I'll give you that link. It's also on KWB resources. Just let me know in the chat if anyone online wants that link and I can send that over. Okay, so in Canva, so we are in canva.com, okay? This is the coolest platform possible, and the amount of real estate content in here is incredible. So if you search, let's say, in that search bar, real estate email signature, and press enter. Okay, you're gonna see a lot of different email signature options. Now, if you do not have Pro, you can utilize any of the templates that do not have the crown, okay? The crown means it's Pro, so you just can't use all the elements there, but you can use any of the non-crowned templates, all right? So you can scroll down, and these are completely editable, right? So finding a design that catches your eye, right? That's why last class I encourage you to explore what colors speak to you most, right? What fonts do, so we can nail that down in your email signature, right? With that being said, your email signature should also reflect that same branding on your social media covers, right? So I would usually recommend creating the email signature first, and then the social covers can be made from this. So you can scroll down and find one that you like. Again, any of the ones with the crown you might want to avoid if you don't have Pro. And you can simply click on an email design to start working on that. So let's say I'll pick this one. Okay, it'll suggest different templates that are similar to that. I can change this up completely, of course. So let's say flowers don't really speak to you, but you really like a color block look. That's fine, right? That can be taken out and we can add something else like a house. All right, so I'm going to click on customize this template. And if you're still looking around, feel free. There's about 1 million. Okay, not actually, but all right, you could spend all day looking at those templates, honestly. Pro. Of course they are. And you know, even if you see what you like about those ones, I can probably show you how to finagle it and make it, you know. So if you like leave one up that you like, that's Pro. But also just so you know how much Pro is, it's around $10 a month. So just so you know, if you decide the designs are really worth it for you, that's what you would be looking at. To get the 20% off, you would have to pay for the whole year though. Okay, so you can go ahead and select a design. And I know you already have one, so if you want to work on a listing post or, that's so pretty. Okay, but you know, other things you can be working on too, and that we'll do is listing posts. Yeah, so if you want to search or real estate social media, right? Your branding needs to be consistent everywhere. So that'll be good for you to start getting an idea of. So do you find one you like, kind of? I'm gonna work on this. Okay. Yes. So first of all right, let's say flower is not for you, okay, if that's the case, if you just pick that one. First of all, you could click it and delete it, okay? But to show you what you could change it out to instead, let's say we like some sort of decoration here. See where it says elements on the left-hand side? I could come in here and search something like house or keys, right? Okay, and you'll see it separates it into categories like graphics, photos, videos. For this, I would recommend clicking See All next to the graphics because those are more cartoonish, totally up to you, right? But if we want to keep kind of like the same kind of feel with like a drawing here, what I could do is I could delete this, so I can click on the flower and press backspace on my keyboard and that'll delete it, right? And now simply to add, now the elements are the same concept. Anything with that crown icon is, you would have to have Pro, but anything without it, so let's say I like this one, okay? Or if I want to be a little more classic, right? Or modern, right? You can see a bunch of different options here as far as how you want that key to look, okay? And you can like scroll through a little bit, take your time, but just know you'll be able to change the size. We can change the color. And Amy, the colors you're going with are, wasn't it like a burnt orange and some neutrals, or was there no burnt orange?
Like that. I'm just looking at that, trying to figure out like what colors I got, like.
Ooh, I really like that color.
This just happens to be what I was wearing the day I had my.
That's why I was thinking of that.
Yeah, the day I had my head shot.
But
I like actually this. I like this.
I really like that a lot. And right, orange, right? Those, it was like
Green,
happiness and
green,
yes, I love
Very
that.
nice.
And it feels warm, like your brand. Your
Right.
brand has warmth to it, right? Mother's Love. That might be your other brand. Sorry. I always think about it though. All right, so you can see that you can pick tons of elements and play with it, guys. If you search homes, right? Same concept, right? There's a bunch of different options here. Of course, you can see that you can switch to photos. So if you instead wanted a photo of a house, right, as the background. We'll get more into that, especially as we create like testimonial and listing pieces. All right, but for now.
That's okay to do this.
Mhm. Which is awesome. Yeah, it's great because you can use any of these photos in here, you can use for everything. And I mean, if you know anything about like compliance for marketing, you can't just Google a home, right, and use it as far as on your commercial marketing. All of this in here is free for you to commercially use. Now, again, with the pro situation, of course, right? But my honest opinion is you don't need pro at the beginning. I mean, yeah, I have pro because I'm a whole marketing department, right? As an agent, you can get by with it as long as you're willing to sacrifice like one image over the other, right? This is non-pro, this kitchen image I have my mouse on. That's beautiful, right? So you just have to be willing to kind of look for the ones that aren't pro. And you can also search. That's a good thing to show you guys. You can filter by only the non-pro items, I believe. See, I think it's in this filter. Yes. So just in case you want to filter by only free items, right? Click the filter icon at the very top and scroll down to the bottom of this, and you'll see it has the option to see only the free ones. That way you don't have to scroll so much. No worries. Yeah, so I'm on the left-hand side if you're under elements. And then, I mean, I have photos selected, but any of them you select in that filters icon at the top, it won't have a one for you. See this filters icon? You do have to scroll down, which is kind of hard to see. You can move your, it's the very bottom of this drop down, and it'll say free versus pro. And if you select free, then you're only seeing the free options. So that cleans it up a little.
Hi, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm sorry, I just joined a little later than this class started because I couldn't find the calendar. But how do I see your screen from the Zoom?
Oh, okay, thank you. Let me make sure it's sharing. Thank you for bringing my attention to that. Okay, now, one second here. Now that shouldn't be a problem. Can you see it now?
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for bringing that up. I'm sorry, I didn't see this chat.
Thank you.
All right, thank you guys for bringing that up. All right, that's interesting that you don't have that option, Tim. Okay, so Tim is saying that he does not have that option, so that's odd. I would think you definitely do, but in case, to catch everyone up online, just in case I lost anyone since you couldn't see my screen, right, we're on canva.com. I'm gonna just go back to Canva, the main page here. And so again, if you're online and missed what I did, so if you are on canva.com, it'll look a lot like my screen does now. And if you search in that search bar, real estate email signature, and press enter, that'll bring up all the templates that you guys have been hearing me talk about, but you'll actually be able to see them now. So if I type in real estate email signature, right, there's going to be a bunch of templates. And what I was talking about is this crown icon, right? Those are the ones that you would have to have the pro feature, the pro Canva account to utilize, but there's a bunch of free ones that you can just utilize without that crown. And they're completely customizable. So I would just recommend clicking on one of the ones that are free and utilizing that. Totally up to you. But once you click on it, it'll give you the option to click customize this template, and then you'll be right caught up with us in class. And please let me know online if I lose anyone or if you can't see anything, and I'm happy to help and backtrack. Okay, and so this is where we are. If you do want to change out one of the elements, right, we are on the left-hand side, that elements bar. And I searched the word homes, but you could search the word keys, right? That's how I got this little cute key set here. So I could search the word keys. So again, I'm on elements on the left-hand side. And I can see by graphics or photos, right? A lot of times I like a cute graphic on there, especially if it's a key, right? If you want your logo on there, or of course your headshots, right? So now to get your logo on it and the KW logo on it, right? So we need to go ahead and upload those items. If you don't already have them in your Canva account, you can click on uploads on the left-hand side. Okay, and you can click upload files. So you can upload your headshot, you can upload the KW logo or your logo if you have one. Would it be helpful? Do you guys feel comfortable on how to access the KW logos? If you want to see how, let me know. If anyone on the chat wants to see how to gather your KW logos, let me know for KW Valentine. I can show you. Yay, okay. Okay, let's do it. So how you can get all the Keller Williams logos. Okay, so all of them, like you can get where it says white, it says Keller Williams in white, but has a red KW logo. Do you want it all black, right? I like to have all of them so that I can use it for the corresponding design. So this is really the one time we go into the old platform still. So mykw.kw.com, just redirect. So this is the old platform, but I think that just redirected me. 1 second. mykw.kw.com is the old KW platform. Did they change it to command? Let's see. Okay, and it's the same login as your login and password. Now, it looks like they just switched this over. We'll see if it still goes to mykw. Okay, yeah, interesting. They just changed the front of the page. Okay, so again, this is the old platform. Now, most of you guys are used to going to command, right? agent.kw.com. Great, keep doing that. There's not much you have to remember about what I'm about to show you because we're just going to grab the logos to your computer. They'll be saved on your desktop and you can grab them forever and for always, okay? So again, I went to mykw.kw.com and you want to go ahead and click on marketing on the top black toolbar. And I'll put a direct link to this in the chat. The final step is we need to click on this logos and branding box. And I'll put this in the chat so you guys can click right here in case I lost you. But you need to scroll down on this page. About halfway down, you'll see a little search bar. So it's under this gray bar. So where it says like Premier Properties, you'll see a search bar. Now we're going to search the number 350. Okay, that's our market center number. So if you search 350, it'll bring up our market center and we want to click on download there. Okay. And it's going to download a zip file to your computer. I'll show you what that means. Okay. It's just zipping together, like it zips it like this. So it has all the logos there. Typically your computer has software to unzip files. So at this point, if you want to either bring up your folder files, right, your files on your computer, or just click from the downloads on the top right. So either way, if you just go to the download, so whether you click on the files on your computer or click from the browser where your downloads are, right? So in my downloads here, that's where I can see this right here. So if it's not already, you can double click on it and that will unzip it. Usually all you have to do to unzip a zip file is double click it and you'll see these folders in it. These are all the folders of logos. So now you have all of them. So in black and white, color, right? If you click on this, double click, you'll then be able to see all of it. And it's cool because these are the ones with the transparent backgrounds already, right? Here, I'll pull it over. So I double clicked on it and now you'll have, right, the KW logo with the white background. If you want one with a transparent background, I'm not sure if it's labeled that way. right? That's the one with the transparent background, okay? So now what I would recommend is add all of these to your Canva account so you can easily grab from them, okay? So now that we have those downloaded in here, sorry, let me put this in the chat real quick. So you guys can grab it. But now that we have that download to your computer, we're going to go to Canva into the uploads and upload those files. So in the chat, if I lost you at all, I'm putting in the link to grab those logos. Let me know if you need help. But now we're going to go back over to Canva. Okay, so Canva has a blue C icon. And in the uploads on the left-hand side, let's go ahead and click upload files. So upload files. It's going to browse my computer. So I can go ahead and pull those in. I just have to find them on this computer. And two, what I recommend doing is I save this like on my personal computer. I have all of this on my desktop, right? I move that whole folder to my desktop. So just in case that helps you guys find it as well in the future, you can just take this entire folder and drag it to your desktop. So now when you browse your computer, you can easily find those logos and pull those in. Why is it not upload?
When I try to, like, I can come down here and find them very easily. It's right there.
Mhm.
But when I'm on Canva, back out.
Yeah, let's try. Are we in? No, let's try refreshing Canva. But I don't think that should be necessary. I don't know why. We put this. You can also drag and drop it onto the design just in case. I don't know why it'd be acting up like that. Yeah.
And even when I go down.
Okay, let's pull up. Is it under OneDrive instead or no? Desktop there. No, same thing, right? Okay. Let's go. You have the file folder like pulled up on your computer, right? We're gonna just drag it. That's so weird. Okay, double click on that. Okay, and then let's double click on the RGB. And then like that
Warm up.
up one. Perfect. So X out of that, that's fine. And then can you just like drag that into well, is that not it? Or is that has that been there?
This is the one that you put in when we did mine.
I can put them all in there. I don't know
you
why
have to
it's
go back, try again.
yeah, I mean it's saying that it's not it can upload JPEGs and PNGs. Will you go back to your files and check that the one we picked was a JPEG or a PNG? Maybe it was like a vector.
Oh, okay, they all came in different, right?
But yeah, and
Oh, that's okay.
that's normal. But like we picked the PNG. Let's try the JPEG one. If not, we're gonna try an incognito window on your computer next. Okay, I'm gonna come right back and help you more with this. All right, so if you have that logo in there, right, you can simply now click on that logo to add it in, right, to add it. Now, I'm gonna show you what is required for compliance for this next. The KW logo is one thing, and the words, each office is independently owned and operated is another thing that's compliant for these email signatures, okay? So I'll show you where to view that as well. If you would like to, though, for right now, right, editing any of this information to say, make it say your name is as easy as clicking to start typing. Right, and this is where if you guys have already done some homework and figured out what fonts speak to you, this can really help out, right? Because yeah, the templates will all come with different fonts and they're great. However, one of the biggest things you can do for your brand is keep your fonts consistent. So I don't mean, okay, I like script, so I'm going to use just some sort of script on every piece. No, a font starts to be identified with your brand. So determining, okay, first of all, yeah, the first question is, what type of font do I want? Do I want more of a script? Or do, like I have selected here. Or do I want a more timeless feel, right? With like a Times New Roman. All right, so you can select the text box and then select the fonts at the top as well to view all the different fonts. I believe some of them you'll see a crown next to, some of them might be Pro. But for example, to give you an idea of what to try out, if you're going for more of a modern look in your brand, I might recommend searching sans serif or just sans, and it'll bring up. You'll see what I mean by more modern. Typically, a more modern design will not have like the feet like it did before. So to give you an idea, right, this is more of a classic feel, a Times New Roman, what my name is currently as. But if I want to brand more with a modern feel, right, I might want it to be a more sans, meaning it doesn't have the feet. And I might want this to be all uppercase too. So if that's the case, right, if you want to turn things all uppercase with one clicking command, sorry, Canva, the C's, the 3 dots on the top right allow you to click and make it all uppercase in one click. Okay. I like that quite a bit. I use it a lot. There are times that you'll see it does make it look a lot more modern, right? So figuring out what fonts you want to use is very important. As far as what you want your title to be, right? You typically want it to be something like NC, okay? If you are South Carolina, it is supposed to be NC and SC, broker/realtor. Okay, there's a couple compliance things I need to note on this for you guys. If you are just North Carolina licensed, I believe technically you're supposed to put the state you're licensed in. So you are supposed to write North Carolina broker/realtor. The compliance here is that realtor needs to be all caps. So I know all of mine is caps right now, but realtor specifically, the word, anytime you write it, even if you're writing a paragraph about yourself and you talk about that you're a realtor, it's a trademark word. So that means anytime you write it, it has to be all caps with the R trademark by it, okay? So you can do that R in a couple ways, and you'll know what I mean in a second here. Let me look up what the shortcut is on for your keypad. Do you guys have a number trackpad? No. And you don't have a Mac either. So if you have a number pad, keyboard shortcut, and it's in your emojis too, by the way, if that helps, for Realtor R. Worst comes to worst, you can copy and paste this if you just Google Realtor R registration symbol, right? But there's a keyboard shortcut if you have a number trackpad. So I was gonna look up, I forgot what it was. Option 0174, that's it. If you have a Mac, if you're online and you have a Mac, you can do the Realtor R on your keyboard by just doing Command R. Yes, Option R. Oh, you guys, no, sorry. If I told you Command R, that refreshed your page. I do that a lot. Sorry, guys. Option R, I believe. If anyone, does anyone have a Mac online? If so, if you want to confirm that, I believe it's Option R. We'll give you that. Thank you. Oh, you have a Mac. I haven't noticed. Thank you. Option R. Command R refreshes your page. So Option R will get you that. Of course, you can Google the Realtor R and copy and paste it. If you have a number pad, specifically a number pad on the side of your keyboard, you can hold down Alt and then press 0174 on the keypad. I'm going to show you this, okay? So if you specifically would have to have a number pad on your keyboard for this shortcut to work. So if you do, the shortcut is Alt. You hold down Alt, and then on your number pad, 0174, release Alt, and it'll add that Realtor R, as you can see, right? So to give you those options for the Realtor R, because you do have to use it a lot, Mac users, that's Option R. If you have a trackpad, like a keypad on the side, that's Alt and then 0174. You might want to write that down, unless you want to forget it all the time like me. It's right here. The other way, it's in your emojis. So like if you can access emojis on your computer or on your phone, it's the, just so you guys know where this is too. I don't know if I showed you that before, but in emojis, you see this right here. That's the realtor R, right? So where your emojis are, it's that section, I guess, like
Oh, okay.
icons, and then it's this realtor R. And I'll show you guys online too. I'm gonna show you my phone. So just so you guys know, if you have, oh, wow, okay. That is the, wow, that's the camera. Okay. I don't know if you guys can really see me online, but in all your emojis, right? It's the second to last category. It kind of looks like it's the icons category, like to the right of the light bulb. And there's a realtor R right there. So you can grab it from your emojis anytime, or copying and pasting it from the internet would be your last option. So you have to have that anytime you write the word realtor. Okay, outside of that, of course, you'll want to change out your contact information. If you are a provisional broker, you are required to have the office number anywhere that you have your cell phone number, just so you guys know. I know. That's technically also not required, so I take it off typically on email signatures. Just a thought, if you need more, I struggle with the spacing, right? I don't find there's enough room for the emails, I'm sorry, for the physical address. So just an idea, especially if you're a provisional broker and you're needing to put the office number, you could technically take off the physical address. It is not required to be on there. And of course, keep working on what you're working on. But if you don't have your headshot in here, that would be another big thing to pull in so we can replace that girl. How you replace headshots are very easy in here. You want to click and hold. Now this is specific. I do want to click and hold and drag it over that specific frame so that it changes it out in that picture. So if you do have your headshot in there, again, simply click and hold and drag to bring it over. And you'll see it like puts it in that circle. Now, if it chops your head off, right? Or if you want to like reorganize it in here, if you double click on the image, it'll allow you to move it down. It should. Yeah. So if you double click on the image, right, it'll show you the full image. So for example, if I wanted to bring like my head down a little bit, I could do that. So double clicking on it allows you to kind of crop it within the frame that it's in. Okay, and changing out colors, that would be kind of the last thing here besides compliance, is super easy, right? Let's say, okay, there's a black box. Let's say I want a red box for my branding, okay? Or let's say I want a silver one. I'm going to show you two ways. One way that's easy, one that you can, you know, if you're feeling fancy, we can add some gold to it. So if I want to make this red, let's say matching the red KW logo, I simply click on the block I want to change, and then you'll see the color option on the top left here. What I really like about this is you'll see that it matches the photo colors, right? So since I added my logo first, right, it has the same exact red right here. So under photo colors, it's pulling colors from my headshot and from the logo. So if you have like a personal logo and add that first, right, it'll color match so it keeps you consistent. Same with that wonderful orange blazer you're wearing, Amy, in that picture, right? You can match it exactly, technically. All right, so the last thing that you guys really need to know for compliance, right? Canva does not keep you in compliance by default. That's the only downfall, right? And the main thing that you always need to have is that KW logo, but there's one more thing. And I'm gonna first show you where to get the compliance guidelines so we can just copy and paste the disclosure in. It's just one little disclosure, and I'll show you how small I make it. So compliance guidelines, kwbresources.com, okay? This is something that's important. I have it bookmarked on my computer. Okay, so where the compliance guidelines are. Good question. Forgot. Office resources, sorry, thanks. So KWV resources, hover over office resources on the top black toolbar, and then click on the top option for the advertising guidelines. That password should be something like capital KW, lowercase BAL 350. If I'm wrong completely, let me know in the chat and I'll verify that for you. Okay, and it's that first box, the advertising guidelines there. And I'll just give you a Google Doc, and this is what I have bookmarked. So if you want to never go through those steps again to find this, I would just click this little star icon. Depending on what browser you're using, it's different to bookmark. But this is what I did. I bookmarked it, and then it can be on my bookmarks bar or other bookmarks. And if you need help playing with bookmarks, I'd be happy to help you guys. Okay, but what I do is anytime that I am making something, and once you do it a couple times, you memorize it pretty easily, but I need to find it by what I'm looking for. Like I'm doing an email signature. So we need to either scroll down and find the word email signature, or again, if you're feeling fancy and want to know the shortcut, Control F or Command F, right, is find. So you can do Control F and just type in email signature, and it'll go right to the section about email signatures. That's probably the shortcut I use the most in my life is Control F to find on a page so I don't have to read unnecessarily. All right, but if you click on email signature, the main things that we need to know is we need to have the KW logo and we need to have this disclosure. So if you want to copy this, each office is independently owned and operated. You don't need the quotation marks. So if you just want to copy in between there. So I'm going to take this and highlight it and press Control C on my keyboard to copy it. Or of course you can right click to copy it or Command C for Macs. Okay, and I'm going to go back to Canva. Okay, and I'm going to add a text box. So if you press Control paste, it will paste it. But if you click the T, so click T on your keyboard, just click a T and it'll add a text box for you. Okay, so T adds a text box. So now I can come in here and add in that disclosure, right? So I can either right click to paste it, or if you want the shortcut, it's right there. Control V as in Victor. Mac users just convert that to Command every time. Command V, all right. Hey. All right, and that adds it in, but I want it so small that I can barely see it, okay? So I'm going to you can do it in a couple ways, right? Resize the font. Of course, you can see 5.5, so I could just like make it all the way small up here, which I do a lot. Or I can grab the corners of the text box and make it and resize it like that, just so you guys know your options. So I usually honestly make this like literally font size 2 and put it at the very bottom. So I'm going to yes. Yeah, the design part kills me about these compliance. Yeah, I usually make it around 2 and then put it right under the logo. And then you're in compliance, but it doesn't ruin your design. The real importance, right? Just one more thought. If you want this block to be, let's say, if you're going for a more luxury feel, right? And I wanted it to have like a gold box, let's say. Again, I don't know which ones are going to be free, but I can come in here and let's say I want a more gold luxury feel, right? I can search any graphic, any elements here. Let's say I want this to be gold, and this is going to be a little quick, I know, but I just simply clicked on it to add it in. So now I have one of 2 options. I could rotate it, which I'm going to do. And this is a little more advanced. I'm happy to help you guys with all of this. All right, but I'm going to rotate it. So you'll see when I click on any piece, it gives me this rotate icon, right? And I do want to get that to be straight up and down. Okay, so now I'm going to line this up where I want it to be and expand it. By the way, my other favorite shortcut is Control Z undoes whatever you just did. So as you saw, like I accidentally grabbed the wrong box and moved it like way over. Okay, just do Control Z or Command Z on your keyboard, it'll undo it. That's what this does too. All right, so now I have that box added. So if I do want that to go back a layer, right, I can right click to send these, to layer it back and forth, right? So if I want to send it to the back or just send it backwards, right? So now, wow, right? Doesn't that take it kind of a step up that it made it that gold feel versus just a red background, right? So you can see that if you want to add more luxury elements, right? Or anything, you can just search for it and bring those in. Questions on this so far? Hi. Our gold. I like that.
Is there any way that I can change that to like match that color or vice
No.
versa? Or-
So you're right that especially with golds are really hard to match, but the golds typically, like a lot of elements that you bring in, you can change the color. But a lot of times if you click on it and don't see an option to change the color, yeah, you can't. So that would be more like playing around to find, yeah, searching around to find the right gold. The golds are a little challenging because, right, there's like a sheen to it, and and just another option if you search like gold circle and you wanted a gold circle behind your headshot instead, like just in case you can't find one that you like there, right? Or if anyone online likes the idea of sparkles, right? Gold sparkle circle, or right, just gold circle for you, maybe Tim. Right, then I could, let's say, grab one of these gold circles, so just an idea, right? And again, the concept is I just need to line it up where I want it, and I can tell you how to make it not turn into the photo. But then I need it to go behind, right? So that's where you're going to need to layer it. Yeah, I would. And then, right, and then I'll like send that backwards so that the actual, see what it looks like now. Like, I mean, that's a little excessive, I will say, but you see the concept, right? Where I can get a less extra gold circle and I put it behind my headshot. And of course, right? If you don't, one more thing that I love is you can take out, and I don't know if this is a pro feature, right? But I could cut out this headshot. So if I wanted to just be standing here, okay? So let me just show you one more option that you can play with. So let's say I want to edit this photo and take out the background. I want to say, let's see, is this a pro feature? Yes, maybe. But you can do this easily. I can help you without pro, removing the background of your headshot so that anytime you pull it into Canva, right, you can just kind of seat yourself in front of it. That's where you'll see like agents that do this. This is what they're doing to get like, and you can see some designs, it'll just flow a little better, right? Maybe I like that feeling. Now, there are a bunch of different frames. So let's say you're not a fan of that circle in general, right? There are a bunch of frames that you can search. So that's one of the categories up here. So like if you wanted your headshot to be in a square, there are lots of fun frames. But like if you've ever seen an agent have their headshot in a iPhone, have you ever seen that? This is how they're doing it, right? They would type in like iPhone frame, right? Pick whichever one speaks to you. And now you look like a really techie agent, and we're going to put your headshot in it. Right? It creates a wow. And of course, you can like play with however you want it to be. Right? Yeah, it really expands the capabilities of what your brand can be. Now, I know we spent a good amount of time on this real quick. I do want to show you how to create a listing piece and a testimonial piece. But before I do that, what I would challenge you to do, your quote unquote homework, get this down. And then we want this to reflect on your social media covers as well, right? We would want your Facebook cover and LinkedIn cover to have the same look, right? So just so you guys know, it is a slightly different size. If you have Pro, you can actually just resize this into the same size as a Facebook cover. But in the very least, right, you can go back to templates and you can search Facebook cover, right? And it'll give you the exact sizing so that you can kind of duplicate your design. You can copy and paste it over. I know that's kind of like very quickly explained, guys. Just know what I'm telling you. You can meet with us one-on-one and we can do this together, right? kwbresources.com. I need tech help. It's our Calendly link. You can book with us once a week and we'll do this together. Okay. So just so you know, so if you need help with the social covers, my point is we're here for it. However, for the rest of the class, I do want to show you how you can create like an open house piece and a testimonials piece with your branding now, okay? So same concept. We're going to go back to canva.com, okay? You can use wherever search bar you are on that. So you just want to go to Canva and find the search bar. If you're still looking at email signature options, no worries, the search bar should be at the top. But now I'm going to type in, let's say, open house Instagram. I typed in open house Instagram, so we'll see how that goes. Okay, and so if you've been wondering what these agents are doing to make the prettiest listing piece, they're not doing a whole lot, right? All they're doing is adding, let's say, like this one right here, that has one image, right? If we create this as a template, it's saved with your contact information. We can put your headshot on it, the whole thing. And then each time you have an open house, you simply change out the image and post it to your socials, okay? So how you would do that, the same concept. Now that hopefully you guys feel a little more comfortable with Canva, right? You can come through and find a piece that speaks to you. Now, I know with these templates, right, if I'm talking about branding, right, you do want to work on changing the colors, you know, anything that uses off default, right? Any fonts on here, keep your fonts consistent. I know it might feel like it doesn't matter, but it really does. Same with colors. As I talked about last class, right, you can create a brand kit in Command, and I can, in Canva, these brand kits on the left-hand side, that is a pro feature, but I'll show you that in a second here. That allows me to just, with one click, apply my entire brand, right? So first thing, let's say I want to pick one of these open house pieces. Let's say I pick this one. Okay, let me just show you the how on how you do it. Now that you guys know how to use Canva, this won't be very painful to show you. Okay, so the idea is, and once you create one open house template, right, you can use that for each open house, and you want to be doing that, right? Because that expresses your branding over and over, gets it in front of them. So first thing I would do, just so you guys see what I mean by the brand kit, like if you do have this set up, and I'll show you how, again, you would have to have the pro version, but I can come in here and let's say, grab my brand kit, and we work for a few agents, so I keep them all separate there. But let's say I want to do my pink branding, right? All I do is I select my brand and I can just click to apply it right here, the colors, and it'll shuffle the colors right on there, right? So what you would do is set up your colors in your brand kit. Again, I'll show you, but it is a pro feature. And then with a click, you can just like switch out the entire template to reflect your brand color, right? So that's the most efficient way to do it. If you don't want to use Pro, totally fine. All you would do is click on the elements to change it out to your color, right? That's where I might recommend, again, if you don't use Pro, bringing in like your logo first, because it'll allow you to color match. Now, changing out the photo for the open house, that same concept, we just click on upload on the left-hand side, right? So really creating this one time, adding the photo of the house, right? If you want to get that from the MLS, I drag and drop to replace the photo of the house. Okay, so it's easy to change. Of course, click to start changing. So really creating that one time, and then let's say I want your headshot on there, okay? You can either add a frame with a circle, right? So I can come to elements, and I could add a frame. So if I wanted a frame, like my headshot in a circle on the bottom, right? Or if I want to cut myself out like we did the last time, you'll see that happen a lot. Any questions on open houses and listing posts? This would be a good thing for you guys to do anytime that you do an open house. Is anyone doing an open house this weekend? All right.
I already created, like, it took me almost 1 to create. I didn't,
In Command? Okay.
but I'd say it took almost 1. Like, I got
Well-
set up to print, like, so, because I did a flyer and a social post.
Nice.
So,
Nice.
there's no way to copy one over to the other? Like, once you create a social post?
Yeah, are you talking about Command now? Yeah, technically there's a way that you can bulk create all of them by just putting in the address. Let me show you. Let me show you this. Okay, so real quick, this is cool. This is a cool feature. It's a new feature too. But so I'm switching gears a little. So we've been in Canva most of this time. I love Canva because of all the templates it has, right? The ease of use. With that being said, right, Command is trying to give you that, right, the design section. Wow. That's aggressive. The design section of Canva is the design section of Command is trying to be Canva, right? So you've used it. You can see how it's similar, right? But one thing you can do in Command, so for those of you online, what I'm going to show you is you can bulk create pieces, meaning I can put in the address for a property and it can create the open house social piece and flyer. And you can do that technically in Canva if you have the Pro feature. But anyway, so on the left-hand side, so I'm in Command now. Not to switch gears on you, I went to agent.kw.com. And on the left-hand side, the designs icon, it looks like a canvas with a paintbrush. So we'll click on that. Okay, and this is a newer design, so newer feature, so bear with me. But what we're gonna do, so in designs, I'm gonna click on create design. Okay, the workflow in Command, you click an icon on the left-hand side, look on the top right for this greenish action button, that's the next step. Okay, so in this case, let's say I want to do, let's see if we're gonna try it. I'm gonna click that, we're gonna see if that's right. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and select the social piece and click next. Okay, so then you can go ahead and select the property. So you can search by the property address or you can search by the MLS number. I personally really like, it's a lot more efficient to search by the MLS number. This is listings around the entire country. So I do find that the MLS number gets you there faster. And you can select the property. Okay, so see this auto create on the top left there? I don't know if you played in that at all. Like it says auto create right here, right? So I think what it wants you to do is click auto create. Let's see if we have to be on, because is yours an open house, right? Okay, I'm gonna go to the open house section and click auto create. Okay, so it looks like okay, that's the listing that we selected. I don't know if it has any photos, but we'll click continue. But like if you didn't select a listing at the beginning, you could search it here, click continue. Add your information. Gotcha, yep. Okay, so you're just checking over your contact information here. So I'm pressing next, but of course you're looking at making sure that's all correct. And then it'll create that content. Let's see what it does. Of course, I don't think this listing, maybe a practice one or whatever, but usually it pulls in the listing photos automatically from the MLS. Even if this one doesn't, it will do that for you. Okay, well. Let me see where I put it. Choose a template. Like this is when I did it before. So this is what it ends up looking like, right? So this is when I bulk created and it creates, and I'll find this one that we're doing specifically, but just to give you an idea, right? It creates in all the formats so that if you want it for your social story, right? It's a really new feature if that makes it better. And you learned a lot, Shirley, this morning. Yeah, right. You're gonna do it so fast. No, this is free in Command. Mhm. When you click it, I wonder. Interesting. Wow. Wait, are you in Command, Tim? Okay.
I want to touch this because I wasn't sure to say.
Wow, I have never seen that box. I don't know if anyone online is trying that and it tried to charge you. I will confirm with you guys. That would be a new thing. I mean, so Canva and Command can do this. I was trying to provide you guys a free way to do it through this. Yeah, I'll confirm. So if you guys are on this class and want to know more about the bulk creation feature, I'm going to double check that. I mean, according to this computer, it doesn't look like it's free anymore. I'll double check, and later today, I'll put it on the KWB Facebook group. If you want to check back, I'll put a whole tip video on how you can bulk create for listings. Because right, this is cool. I just want to make sure, okay, where's the cheapest way for you guys to do it? That's what I want to figure out before telling you. So right now, know that this feature exists, and I'll confirm with you what you want to do next time that you do it so that you get the cheapest and most efficient way. Okay. So I'll get back to you on that part. Check back on the KWB Facebook later today. One last thing I do want to show you guys, just so you guys have it as a part of your marketing scheme. Testimonials are one of the most important things that you can be creating for your business and capturing. I don't care if you haven't sold a house before. People know you, right? They know you're a good character. They worked with you in past jobs. They know you're really good at showing up on time or really compassionate and care about people, right? So what I want you to do, okay, and I'll talk about the how of capturing those testimonials, but I want you to have a testimonial post. Yes. Yes, Canva, yes. Great question. All designs in Canva autosave no matter what, and you can always get back to them. Just so you know, when you are on Canva, like home, sometimes it'll default like to like templates, but you can just scroll down on the home screen and see all of your projects right here. Anytime. So yeah, and if you want to leave that tab open as well, of course you can, and pull up a new tab for Canva. Because I would just love for you guys to also have a testimonial post, right? Now we can search this in a couple different ways. Like if you want to write testimonials or reviews, right? You can kind of get an idea of what templates come up. But I would recommend an Instagram shape, right? The square tends to be good for all different platforms, like all the social platforms. So the testimonial piece right here, right? Having a testimonial piece created, and again, just in your projects. So each time that you get a new testimonial, you can come throw it in there and post it to your socials. That's one of the most important things you guys can be doing to get credibility associated with your business. Do you guys want to talk about the how on how you capture testimonials? Okay. Now, you can create a smart plan in Command that will automatically go out and request a testimonial from you. Now, do you guys have a Google My Business page?
I tried, but
Yeah.
I heard talk about it.
Okay. Yeah. So have you tried it since coming here?
No, I tried to make it over there.
Yeah.
And then I brought it here. And still can't get it.
Okay, I will say I just did with Angela. This is the same exact thing with Angela Bueno. We just created a new Gmail account and created a whole new Google My Business page, and it worked. So that might be what we want to. I'll stick maybe, and then we just don't want it to be able to detect duplicates, right? So I mean, if it's never been verified, it shouldn't be a problem. But what we did is we went back to her first one and just changed some of the name, like changed it so it wouldn't conflict. Anyway, I'll stick around after class if you have time. I'll help you with it. I know we're naming. So true. Okay. Okay, well, so guys, if you do not have a Google My Business account, if you heard any of that, it does require to get verified, and it can be a pain. They make it really secure, so because you're being put on Google Maps, right? But if you Google My Business, there's a couple different ways to get there, right? But if you just Google My Business, right? You know how? Let me show you first what you would be getting. You know how, like, when you search a restaurant like Chili's or Marshall's, right? You can see on the right hand side all their information. Marshall's Home Goods, let's say. Yeah, right. Thank you. Okay, so like on the right hand side here, see how it says Marshall's? It usually has like their hours, testimonials about the brand. That's what we're setting up for your business, is the side panel that will pop up with your headshots, pictures of your brick and mortar, all the 9 yards. So it really is the most important thing for credibility, and you can request testimonials right from here. And that's what, let's see if I can show you on here. Right, that's where we go to collect testimonials, yeah. So if you want to do that, you go to Google My Business, right? Google My Business, and I would recommend setting this up, right? So you go to Google My Business, you just click on the top option, and it'll ask you questions, and you press, oh, that's Yelp. They're so sneaky. Isn't that impressive? Like they, the keywords they're paying for is Google My Business to put it on the very top. So sneaky. I know. Nice. Like, yeah, look at that. Isn't that crazy? Can you see it? Okay. Anyway, Right, so doing it on here, this is what it should look like. So you can go also to google.com/business, and you want to click either sign in to sign in with your KW email, right? Or if you already have, you can also put it under a personal Gmail account, and then it'll ask you questions. The main thing you need to know, guys, if you are setting this up, it'll ask for your business name. Your business name for compliance is required to be something like Jessica Lamb with Keller Williams Realty, right? So you're supposed to have your bit like of or with or powered by Keller Williams Realty in the name of it. So, and no, that's okay. That's okay. You have Keller Williams Realty in there. Sorry, the connecting word's not important. But yeah, it's important that they can see just by looking at your account that you're with Keller Williams Realty, right? Is the idea. So your homework too, if you don't have a Google My Business account, all right, I want you to go to google.com/business, click sign in. If you would rather, come meet with us and we'll do it together, right? KWB resources on the top right, it says I need tech help. That would be the first step, because then we can add that link to a smart plan to automatically capture testimonials for you, okay? So again, your homework is create this, and then if you want to set up a time with us, for those of you online who aren't here, set up a time with us, kwbresources.com, and I'll help you implement this testimonial capture. So again, how you meet with us is just kwbresources.com. Just gonna see if I had it up. And on the top right, it says I need tech help. If you guys have any questions online, please let me know. I'll be sticking around to help with Google My Business page in here. So shoot any questions, or if you want to email me with questions, I'll put my email in the chat, and that would be a great way to get in touch with me as well. All right, thank you guys. Okay, let's go.